Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So today is accuracy testing day with the Stoeger A30, and well, it would have been nice to do the jumbos, but they won't fire out of the gun. So we're going to do the Hades 10.34 grain and the Ultra Shock Heavies 10.34 grain. These are JSB pellets, as a lot of you know. And I do have a tin of RWS Hobby 7 grain pellets out here as well, just in case my gun doesn't like the Hades or the Ultra Shocks. It's one thing to crony a gun, but it's another thing for accuracy. So I've had to redial in the gun, and I've dialed it in at 10 meters. Because you remember we were talking about the possibility maybe of pest control with this thing. Though I don't recommend 177. Yeah, it's a tough call. Anyways, so I ran a few pellets of the Predators through, got it dead bang on the bullseye again, and so now what we're going to do is, first we're going to go for, let's see how these pellets group. Okay, so without any scope changes whatsoever, and then whichever one seems to give the best grouping, that's the one we're going to try and dial in and see if I can now actually get more pellets for the same or less money. Okay, because Predator pellets are really expensive, and even for just straight target shooting with this gun, I don't want to run Predators all the time because it's real costly. Anyway, so let's go down range here. So we're set up at 10 meters. Okay, and we're going to zoom in here. It's a really nice day. There's absolutely no wind right now, which is real bonus. You will get up closes of these targets too. I just thought you guys might like it zoomed in at the time. So we're going to start with the Hades, and we're going to see how well these things do. A lot of people seem to like these things on YouTube, and I decided that I would give them a try. And as far as crony results, not too shabby. Now as far as whether or not they're accurate out of this gun, that's to be seen. Now I will be putting my crosshairs on the bullseye every single shot, of course. So what we're looking for here is if they're going to creep all over the place, or if they're going to be kind of generalized. We'll put a couple more shots through. Well, it looks like they're kind of staying in their own little area. Alright, let's change out the target and show you a close-up of this one. know, that's actually a pretty nice group. I think these things have some good potential on the Stoeger. Okay, so there's an up close of what we got. And given where they're landing, we did get one nice and close here. And then we ended up, I think this was just a jerk, maybe this one too. The rest of them are all in here, so that's pretty good. You know, I think there's some potential here. Okay, so our next pellet up is going to be the Ultra Shocks. Now I'm going to put the target under each tin, this way we don't get anything mixed up. Alright, let's see what we can do before the sun starts to blind me completely here. First shot was pretty respectable. Nice. Very nice. One more. All right. Swap and go. Well, in my professional opinion, I think the Hades are the winner. We're not done yet though, we are going to test the hobbies. There's an up close of the Hades. That is really, really super good. That is very, very tight. Now in the Hades tin, they're the same weight. Or sorry, not Hades. Ultra Shocks. My bad, sorry. Those are the Ultra Shocks. 10.34 grain, 350 rounds is what we get per tin. The Hades, they are 500 rounds, 10.34 grain. So same weight, a little different style, a little less rounds, but still a lot more rounds than, that's 150 more rounds per tin than what the Predators offer. Okay, so let's try the hobbies out. Now these are of course a light pellet. These are 7 grain. I've actually not even cronied these yet on the gun, but let's see how they shoot anyway. Maybe we'll do a separate crony video of the hobbies. Well, that hit pretty low. I think we're going to be making a stitch pattern here. I tested the Hobbies out in my MCX and it's a similar thing. Yeah, I'd say after the third shot there's no way. But let's give it a fourth. Yeah, not a chance. Hobbies are definitely not going to work, at least not in my Stoeger. Now, if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, this is the Stoeger A30. Let's go back and reshoot these Ultra Shocks again. Same target. Yeah, the Ultra Shocks are staying right on. Okay, so that's got to go up. Let's see how close we can get her with just one little adjustment there. Go left. I like how sensitive the scope is. It's got a lot of adjustment room on the clickers. Oh yeah, that's a little high, so I'll split the difference. I gotta go a little to the right. Three clicks right ought to do it. Alright. I'm gonna have to change the target anyway, but so between the three pellets, alright, let's just zoom out. Oh, we were already out. Wow. Alright, so this bottom little cluster here, that was the Hobbies. Okay, and then we reshot the Ultra Shocks and started to sight them in. I'll play around a little bit more, just to, you know, off video to get them sighted in. But our first pellet was Hades. This is the results of our Hades. Although there's some potential there, there's just not enough potential, in my opinion. Not for consistent accuracy. The Ultra Shocks, on the other hand, that's consistent. So that is very, very impressive. Okay, so the Ultra Shocks are definitely the winner. The Hobbies, absolutely forget it. They suck. Okay, and they're a 7 grain. Now, let's focus our attention down here onto the gun here. So if you're going after a Stoeger A30 air rifle, do buy different types of ammo, of course. But this gun, in particularly mine, okay, adores Predator pellets, which are very expensive for 200 rounds. They're strictly a hunting pellet. They're not made for targeting, although you still got to run them through a target to sight in your gun so you can hit the broadside of the barn, if you know what I mean. But Predators can be very costly, and they're a very small tin of 200 rounds, and they're expensive. I don't remember offhand what I paid for the Ultra Shocks and the Hades, but the Hades, I'm still going to test them out in other 177 guns. I do have my Phoenix, which I'll be doing some testing on with these same 3 pellets. We'll do a video on that as well. But I think I'm going to wait until I put a scope on that gun. I'm having a hard time with iron sights these days. My eyes are getting old, okay? But nonetheless, the Ultra Shocks, this gun absolutely loves. When you can get a group that tight with the Ultra Shocks, you know that the gun loves the pellet when it's that tight. I mean, that's smaller than a dime, basically. Not by much, but enough. Okay, so we'll easily, and this is 10 meter shooting, which is fine. You know, I can go to 20 yards, resight in for 20 yards, resight in for 30 yards, and we're going to keep the same sort of thing happening. When you get something like this with the Hades, now this is, you know, 10 meters, okay, so 33 feet. Now, I would expect that if it's like this at 10 meters, at 20 meters, that's likely going to spread quite a bit. Okay, or it may even stay in the same generalized area. It's hard to say, but I'm not taking the time to figure it out. Just because these pellets lost. Okay, so although they are a cool pellet for probably hunting purposes, as a lot of people say they are, this gun doesn't actually like them. And it won't be the last 177 caliber rifle that I get. You know, that's the thing, and I'm still trying to get my hands on that Diana Chaser that I recently tested and reviewed for you guys. I should be able to find out about that today if I can get it, and I will try the Hades in it. And I know the Hades are going to really slug that gun down. I'm expecting it to anyways. But it may shoot them very accurately, and accuracy is what matters, you know, kind of thing. As well as, yes, we need horsepower, obviously. But that's the findings on the Ultra Shocks. They are a weird style pellet, I gotta tell you. For something that's got like a hollow inside in it, and it's flat on the front, that is amazingly an interesting style, we'll say that, okay? Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video and got a lot out of it. So if you do have a Stoeger rifle, even if it's not the A30, do pick up a can of Hades, because they're not bad, but I know they're not going to dial in proper on my gun. Okay, not every gun is the same. Even the same model, not the same. Okay, so pick up some Hades, pick up some JSB Ultra Shocks. Now, I bought these from airgunsource.ca, so do check them out. They've got a really good selection of pellets, you know, and a great selection of guns too, and other accessories, etc. I deal with them probably more than I deal with DNL air guns, but I like to deal with both companies because there's stuff that DNL carries that Airgun Source doesn't, and vice versa. And a lot of the stuff that is the same, I'm looking at price too. You know, if I can save a few bucks on one and then over the other, then, you know, that's how I kind of work things. Just depends what I'm after, where I shop. But majority of it is actually at Airgun Source, surprisingly enough. And I love the company. They're great. Anyways, so we shall check you guys out on the next video.